Oh, shit. I was like, hold on, this doesn't look right. There we go. Good morning. Sorry, I think that's the first time in a while I didn't just start, like, off the bat with a woof. Here, let me make up for that. Woof. Oh my gosh. Okay. Good morning. I've got like all this going on. Where the fuck did my game go? I'm like buried in tabs of like everything. Good morning, Toy. It's the Toy. We're immediately just moving straight on to the next part of the story because I've got a lot of characters to go through. We ended with these two, so now we're on volume 8. I would like to get through volume 18, and then, like, off-stream, I'll probably go through the paths to, like, befriend all of them. That or I'll just keep going if I'm not fucking exhausted. Another night, another ramble. A classic song comes back to you as you continue your way. Continue on your way. Some of that good old earth wisdom about a specific kind of footwear being made for walking. You wish you had that kind of footwear right now. This in this current chapter of your life, or any footwear for that matter. Let's go, Clown Titty Man! I can't wait to get to Marvus. He's my favorite. You've definitely learned your lesson about getting overexcited at the prospect of new friends. And running out in nothing but a bathrobe. Ah, who are you kidding? But maybe not in the particular bathrobe way. But chances are high that that wasn't the last time you'll fly off the buoyant afterglow of an intense friendgasm. That wasn't a weird way to put that. We're going with my favorite first. Let's go Fyzhes. Oh, God. That was so loud. The fuck? That was startling. Okay. The recoil on your model. I didn't even get to see it. I had to experience my own recoil. I was so startled. That was so loud. Oh, God. Good fucking music. Holy shit. This is good stuff. I'm sorry. I'm like, I haven't heard this music before. It's good stuff. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Just up ahead, you see a troll leave her hive, muttering to herself. She's holding an unstable mountain of papers and books with one arm, using her free arm to hold a mug steady. She isn't paying attention to you, which is fine. Don't get it twisted, you love to make another friend. You just understand now that it's a weird flighty thing. Some trolls mesh with you, some don't. You smile at her just in case, but when she walks right by you without stopping, you shrug. This planet is chock full of friendable weirdos. You'll live. Oh, Cheez-Its. You take a few more steps before the sound of her absolutely eating shit on the sidewalk makes you turn. It happens fast enough so you only really see the aftermath of upended books and papers raining down in an impressive wide circle around her. Oh, globes. Damn ass rock. God, I love her so much. Oh, she's so special to me. She sits up, but that's as far as she bothers to get. After taking a sip from her mug, which somehow stayed level in her grip during her fall, she sighs and gets to work gathering it all back up in her free hand. Yeah, this checks out. As a thing that would happen to me. It's not like I have anything else to be doing. Fyzhes, I love you so much. You've seen a teen movie or two in your day. You know this trope. The cool kid helps the unpopular nerd after they fall like a chump and embarrass themselves. Then slowly the pair establishes trust. By the time the credits roll, they've gone and fallen in love. And not that you necessarily want to fall in love, or that you're under the delusion that you're in any way cooler than her, but still, it's tried and true, and also, like, pretty standard decent person thing to do. So, like the decent person you hope to be, you skedaddle on over. You stop short just in... God, this fucking loud music in my ear. Is it that loud? It's not loud now because it's just the fucking harpsichord. You stop just in front of her wide-flung rings of items. Jesus Christ! Wow, I made that face. I make that face. Which face? Little Reader! The Little Reader! That's right! Oh, God. Just in front of her wide-flung ring of items. It's Toy! The Toy! That's the one! You want to make sure she's not going to yell at you or murder you or anything before you interfere. What? Just wait. JK. Just kidding. I bust ass. I know it's a scene. Is that what that is? I know the face that character is making. No, this character is so relatable. I love her dearly. She's gonna be a Legis Lacerator one day, and I want her to defend me in the court of death. Anyway. JK, I busted ass. I know, it's a scene. Well, what are you waiting for? Be a good bystander and stop standing by. I love her! Oh, I love her so much! Oh, she gestures kind of all around her, and that's confirmation enough. You bend to pick up a heavy-looking book, and there it is, emblazoned right on the cover. She's got the same hair as the other fish model. You're not wrong. Oh my gosh. I could legit just be a troll, all painted up and shit. Like, colored hair, painted horns, and painted skin. But the only difference is my eyes! Dang it! There goes that theory down the drain. A gavel, a humongo fucker of a judgment implement, too, with spines all around the handle. A what? Dread creeps up your spine. You slowly slide your gaze from the book's cover to its owner. She doesn't have any ostentatiously blood color themed clothes on, though. Wow. She's sporting socks and sandals. Maybe you are maybe you are cooler than her after all. Bright yellow contacts. Let's go, troll. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Oh. But the very prominent eye bags are tinged teal. I mean, yeah. Oh, globes. A lawyer. Oh, that's such an interesting response. Globes. A lawyer. I mean, a valid response under normal circumstance, but we already met a lawyer, and he was, like, pretty chill. It's not that you don't appreciate your one lawyer friend for who he is. It's just, you aren't sure you have it in you to sneak your way into the heart of another. Ah, I understand. You got kind of lucky last time with the scales of judgment in your heart start weighing your chances. Keep standing there, paralyzed by choice. Pick up more papers. Pick up more papers. You start making neat piles of all her stuff. After watching you for a second, like she's making heaves. Like, making... Dear God, Brad's gonna be a lawyer. Good for Brad. I don't know how to respond to that. What do you want me to say? Brad's cool, but like lawyers. You start making neat piles of all her stuff. After watching you for a second, like she's making sure you're not screwing it up, she dramatically heaves herself to her feet and joins in the effort. Hi, Brad. Lol. Hi, Brad. Kick. I don't have time for this shit. Well, your eyes started twitching when you were saying that. Dude, I turned to the side this morning and one of my eyes started going the wrong direction, and so I had like one eye going up and one eye going down, and I looked so fucking goofy. I don't know what the fuck is up with my tracking sometimes, but it's just like, nah, you get to look stupid. You get to look deranged. So, you know, that's how it be. Make sure to keep the B34s together in my red folder. You look down at your current pile. That's the one with the little hookup on the top, right? Or is that a G? Sweat pricks at your temples. You've picked up a little bit of written Alternian here and there, but you're still not anywhere near competent at it. Sifting through the papers, you search for anything familiar. You make out a few words, but there are just a lot of those little guys on the papers, and you've got performance anxiety. Oh, right. You probably still can't read. You look at her. You look up at her, startled. How can she tell? Bruh. Well, I mean, you don't look much like a troll. Isn't exactly a gargantuan mental... Oh god, the fucking... So many M's! It isn't exactly a gargantuan mental leap to assume you're not from around here. But also I've heard about you. You straighten up. Any press is good press when it comes to friends discussing you, right? Teals talk. It's our lawyer friend! Oh! Unfortunately. Oh. She puts her mug down on the ground and picks up a fallen book, talking as she flips to whatever page she's looking for. That little asshole is gonna have more unfortunate crap to say to me when he finds out I set us all back by dropping half our group project in a ditch. Sorry, Fyzhes. She paces in flustered circles until she finds a bookmark among the debris. Flicking a wet leaf off it, and she shoves it in an open spine of the book and slams it closed. Whatever. I can't think about that yet. Gotta get this all back in order first. Right, yeah, the ordering of stuff. You keep at it, doing the best you can to keep similar looking things together. You can feel her eyes on your back, and you turn to face judgment. You've basically got it right, actually. He did say you were quick at the draw. I'm Fyzhes, by the way. I love her. She doesn't so much smile at you as grimace. It looks mostly pleased, as exhausted as exhausted expressions go. That's as good friendship building material as any other. You've certainly started with worse than being complimented. The breeze plays at the end of her frizzy hair, ruffling a few pages while it's at it. Now that you aren't frantically trying to prove your helpfulness and you have a moment to think, you don't know if the sidewalk is the best place to be starting from scratch with a whole filing system. You open your mouth to tell her as much when a huge pop of gust follows in Breeze Jr.'s wake, blowing the neat stacks into chaos. Mother grubbin'. I love her! She sinks slowly down into the snow globe of paper, takes a long sip from her mug sitting next to her, and then tilts her head back and unleashes a single deep gut holler. You scuttle around, catching the documents out of the air until the gust is gone. Oh, Fyzhes. It's not that Fyzhes doesn't seem capable, it's just that she seems a bit burnt out. You know what it's like to feel like you're at the end of your rope. So now that you have half a swing grab at your handle on things here, you feel like it's your turn to do the heavy friendship lifting. How about we save real quick? Suggest a small breather might help. Offer to help her organize it all somewhere with less of a breeze risk. Somewhere with less of a breeze risk. Hey, your night is pretty wide open. You wouldn't mind moving this operation to a less windy location and getting it together for real. Yeah. Yeah, alright. She still sits there kind of dazedly. So you take over. It feels nice being useful. Even if you're not super confident about your skills, you at least know how to make a mean pile. After you make a handful of them, she moves to join in the effort. So you shush her back down. You're helpful help person. And you have got it. She makes a non-committal noise and watches you work. You try not to feel too bad when she winces at a few of your sorting decisions. She doesn't stop you, at least. She scrunches up her face and yawns, which catches you off guard. Man, she really is wiped. You look away from her to the paper you are about to grab, but it's not there. Maybe it blew away to another stack? Or you probably picked it up already and forgot. Yeah, that's probably right. Anyway, she had her eyes closed, so she didn't notice. It'll be okay. Once you have everything kinda together, you help her to her feet. You're pretty sure that was her hive, so she just walked out of. So you ask if you should go there. No, I was headed to the book hive. I can take you there. Oh, we're going to the library. Delicious. She seems to rally a bit, now that it's her turn to lead the way. She picks up a hefty stack of her things, balances a mug on top of it all, and starts walking. Move it or lose it. It being the opportunity to engage in some really tedious micromanagement. There's no choice to be had, really. You move it. Oh, the little animation make it look like she's walking. The book hive is an imposing building, and inside are a series of rooms opening off a central atrium. You walk past one set of double doors showing off a room full of weird statues and display cases. What? Sorry. And another one, bright with light of dozens of display screens and humming with electricity. Further around the curve of the room, you pass a room full of brains in jars. It really looks like brains in jars. There's another still, a windowless one, ostentatiously secured with multiple padlocks and what looks to be a retina scanner. There are a bunch of trolls in each room, and as you keep passing doors, you realize they're almost all teal-bloods. Are they a nerd cast? Wow, harsh. I mean, yeah, though. We kinda are. I know plenty of gold-bloods who spend their nerd energy ruining the internet from their basements, and blue-bloods usually have their own personal jerk-off book hives. And there are always outliers, I guess. But yeah, between us and the Jades, the book hive is blue-green dweeb city. Fyzhes keeps moving like this is nothing new. To her, you guess it isn't. She pushes a creaky wooden door open to reveal a large study room full of bookshelves and furniture. There are even a few weird-looking ferns decorating the place. In here, there are a bunch of trolls, some reading, many on their computers. You dump the stuff you lugged here onto one of the tables. The sound echoes in there, and a handful of trolls look your way. Yikes. You hope your presence won't be too conspicuous. You're probably fine. Unless anyone gets horny for acting grown and wants a bounty. What? But you're with me, so they probably won't mess with you. Oh, thank you, Fyzhes. You're a little surprised that Fyzhes, who has slumped down in a chair, is stolidly reorganizing her piles. Doesn't exactly give off a brawler aura. No, like, they know I'll talk them out of it. Or whine at them about leaving me alone until they do. That makes you feel safe enough. So, time to do some old-fashioned organizing. What is this big project anyway? It's just some bullshit. She stops and cuts her eyes around the room. No one is paying attention as far as you can see. She starts speaking again, quieter. An assignment for one of my Legis Lacerator training courses. We're supposed to choose a prosecutable offense from the scrolls of evisceration and list all potential... She must be able to sense your eyes glazing over at the idea of another long and not parseable legal jargon ramble, because she cuts herself off there. It's barely worth describing. Grub school level, honestly, but it's extremely fucking tedious to research then annotate, especially when you can't find sources that haven't been scrubbed nice and fuchsia. Anyway, as long as we get things in the right folders in order, we should be good for now. Sounds good enough to you? Plenty of time to keep chatting and getting to know each other. Though she said this was a group project, right? Where are her group members? Shouldn't they be contributing? Like I'd let them. Just kidding. I'm very good at allowing people to help me. She grits her teeth and nods at you masterfully, setting aside papers labeled with the letter that looks like a little microscope. Case in point. Anyway, they did their parts already. I just want to make sure to add the finishing touches. Right then, you hear approaching footsteps. It had better not be some high blood you gotta take out. You mean, you'll do it if you have to. It's tried and true. You're just not sure how well this dynamic duo would fare in that case. You stop scanning the room for potential bludgeoning material when you see Fyzhes' expression go from regular tired to tired and annoyed, but not in fear of mortal peril. You hear him speak right as you start to turn. Yeah, Tagora! My boy! I don't remember what his voice was. Hold on. How the mighty fall and into a mud puddle, it seems. At least my associate seems to be picking up after you fairly efficiently. Fuck off, Sorgor. We'll have it together in time. You're sure you don't require any assistance? I'd have to raise my rates from my original offer, but you know it still stands. You did your part already. So spare me both your sales pitch and your company before you give me a second acid tube ulcer. Oh, right. You need to do those final edits of yours. Subtextual anti-establishment agendas don't insert themselves, after all. Suit yourself. See you in class. I don't remember what voice I gave him. It's been so long. And by so long, I mean I was dead tired and not capable of thinking anymore. They gave each other an identical but inscrutable hand signal. If the huff of perturbation from a nearby jade is any indication, it's gotta be something vulgar. Perish. What? He smirks and raises his eyebrow at you as he turns to go. Come by later? You nod. Hell yeah, I'll go see my buddy anytime. You open your mouth to be nosy, but Fyzhes sees it coming a mile away. What, you never had a class friend? Someone who does good work but is miserable to hang out with? I don't have time to waste on more than one quadrant or on lying to you, so don't blow a brain gasket. Huh. Just when you think you've got all the troll dynamics down, you gotta make room for that cursed bastard nuance. Okay? Anyway, you guess it makes sense. You and your troll friends have all kinds of weird vibes with each other too. Whatever works. Exactly. You go back to happily sorting. Fyzhes rolls her shoulders and starts leafing through your piles. Where's my... Have you seen a handwritten page? It should be here. She starts double-checking herself. Her pace doesn't so much as escalate as it does intensify. Her whole body seems almost graceful with efficiency. You got everything, right? I watched where it all went. I could have sworn I saw it land. You can help her redo a lost page. It shouldn't be too hard to recreate it. That doesn't help. She glares at you and starts forcefully whispering, still double-checking the piles without looking, like she knows them by touch. You don't understand. Those were my personal notes on an extremely sensitive topic I discovered while researching. I was only planning on using it to inform my stance, not to turn it in with the rest. It's not here. Oh. She stops her futile search, downs the rest of whatever's in her mug, and holds her head in her hands. I'm fucked. I might as well lay down right here until moss grows on my desiccated body. That's dramatic. You don't want to blame her or anything, especially since it's possibly sort of your fault it's lost, but you still want to give her hope. Maybe next time she could use Gorgle Docs. It won't blow away. It has collaboration settings. You've used them with... Her head pops back up. Her features slack. I can't use Gorgle Docs for this. Are you listening? That is the whole point. You know who owns that, right? Every document is monitored. Analog is the only way to do anything unless you know how to get me out onto the dark web, which I fucking doubt. If someone found it, my handwriting is recognized. I'm dead. Then I'll never be able to... She trails off, just sort of slumped in her seat, staring into the void. Shit, you really fucked up. You admit to her that you have allowed one page to blow away when you weren't paying attention, that it could possibly have been that one. Great. I can't believe I was stupid enough to let someone else handle things. I was just so tired. Her shoulders start to shake a bit. Oh no. It feels invasive to watch, and thankfully it doesn't last. She sniffs once, clears her throat, and wipes her face with her sleeve. Silently, she stacks up her things back into a pile. Okay. I need to retrace my steps. Maybe it hasn't been spotted yet. Maybe it'll be okay. It won't hurt. It won't, but oh well. Oh. Dang. You reach to help, desperate to fix the situation, but... Dab. I don't think I could properly dab right now. She gingerly picks your hand off one of her books and drops it in your lap. Your stomach sinks to rejoin it. No. Don't worry. I've got it. Aww. She wrestles it all into a precarious heap in her arms. It wobbles once as she makes her way steadily to the door, but she catches it herself. Head high, she keeps walking. She doesn't look back. You just swing super hard. I dab! Oh, tis you snow! Hold on, I can fix it, guys! Suggest a small breather might help. You know a breaking point when you see one. You weren't expecting it so early in a potential friendship encounter, but still, it's clear that this troll needs some time to chill. This is a mess, yeah? She swings the pendulum of her chin over to glare deadened knives at your gut. Okay, yes, it's a mess, but it seems like maybe, just perhaps, it would be the best to sort of put a pin in all of it, to suck air in and out of our insufflation sex or whatever and just get it together for a minute. She looks so sad. She was so sad. I felt so bad. Oh. God, I gotta stretch. Okay, I stretch. Oh. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Wow. Oh. That's great. Good and great on wow. Hold on. I just realized. Did I ever... Interesting. Oh. Sorry, I just remembered that my current software... I wonder if there's anything it does. Hopefully Fyzhes is not broken. No. I'm only mentally broken. Give me a second. I'm just... Because I remembered that my current tracking software, you know how I did stuff with Twitch? Well, apparently you can also do things with YouTube. But I don't know what it can do. So I'm like kind of curious about what it'll do this time around. But like I can't do anything about it right now. So... Anyway, back to game. Back to game with our sad girl. Okay, yes, it's a mess. Oh wait, hold on. We get it together for a minute. I read that. No group projects were ever aced when the clear leader was not at her peak mental performance. She wrinkles up her nose and closes her eyes. You know what? Fine. Fuck it. Not all of it, of course, but this night specifically, and everything and anyone I know or have thought extensively about before in my life. So that just leaves you. What do you have in mind, friend? Because I'm all out of ideas. That word still does a number on you, no matter how many times you hear it, used flippantly. You have an idea already, so you hurriedly gather her shit into an extremely unorganized pile, which she drops off in her hive to deal with later. You half expect her to just not come back out, but she does. She kept one heavily annotated tome and her mug, which she nods at when she speaks. I know, but these are just in case. Anyway, do your worst. With a salute and a few gentle tugs at Tyzius' sleeve, you keep her moving. You get going. You and your Alternian pals have taken turns leading each other to some pretty wild places in your time here. The place you take Tyzius to, though, is somewhere you haven't shared with anyone. It's where you come back to on days when you can't find a friend or don't want to impose on any of the ones you've made. Where are we? Where the fuck are we, guys? It's on the outskirts of town where the buildings are spread thinner until the landscape cuts upward in a jagged cliff face, bolted into the side of the rock tower or what's left on one. It's basically a heap of scaffolding and rusted out ladders holding up a half-covered platform, but it's been a good place to staunch bleeding and stargaze. Do I give off outdoorsy vibe to you? Does my half-untucked button-up and paltry muscle mass scream, "Would love to scurry up a dilapidated relic"? You'd worry about her hating your plan, but you kind of feel like she'd complain no matter where you took her, and at this point, the die is cast. What the fuck does this mean? What are you saying? So, heave-ho, you say? It's stronger than it looks. You offer to hold her stuff for her during the ascent. She gives you the book, but clutches the mug against her chest. I heard muscle flexes. Yes, exactly. This is what we do here. We flex. You could. I just saw what my model did with the flexing. It was not good. Oh. You know better than to pry, but you're dying a little wondering why she's so weird about it. Unless she's got liquor made from viscera in there. Or maybe her Lucis gave her the mug, so it's special. Could be both. You shrug and start climbing. Like you thought she would, she follows you, and like before, she complains about it the whole time. And like the structure itself, you both weather it fine. Whoa, what the fuck? Where the fuck are we? And at the top, she looks around. Is this your hive? It's more like a hideout. You still feel a little shy about it. It's not as fancy as your friends' hives, and you don't have any weird animal parent to make you snacks or anything. This must be an old watchtower. From when that was part of her imperial bitchness preferred method of surveillance. Crazy. She runs a hand over the dusty screen. Oh, Trizza? You learned about her? No. Her bigger, badder, off-world counterpart, the Condis. Ooh, the Condis. You look at the rusted barrel of some terrifying weapon mounted in the corner and then out over the landscape and sprawling town. In the distance, smoke rises from a freshly demolished hive, glinting in the moonlight. Drones circle it like buzzards. It's been like this here for a while then. You sit down, your legs dangling off the side of the platform. Tyzius joins you, a safe distance away from the edge. That is one hell of an understatement. But yeah, we've got a time-honored status quo in operation here. Streamlined. Efficient. Brutal. Tyzius looks miserable. That's not what you were going for. You summon up the old Roy G. Biv in your head for the 1000th time. She should be safe, right? Teals are middle class, and anyway, she's a lawyer. She's got the powers that be on her side. Saying so doesn't seem to cheer her up at all. I mean, you're not wrong. But being in a position to benefit from the system doesn't make the system more morally palatable. You're so right, Tyzius. We love you. And if I'm being real about it, that's more me being forced to uphold it than anything else. She nods towards the book in your hand. Oh, right. How does this all work anyway? Can she just not be a lawyer? And aren't there good ones? Yeah, I can quit. If I want to get called. There's always a choice. She sighs. It's not like I expect suffering to ever stop completely. It just seems like an awful lot of work to do to make sure that it keeps happening. That's the entire job of a legislacerator. Unless you're purple enough to get away with it, you're just guilty no matter what. It's a matter of going through all the fanfare of a trial, all for the same result. It's sick, but it's so normal by now that no one knows how to begin questioning it. She looks more exhausted now than she did during the paper explosion. Like when you've used up all your sadness and all you have is a deep, broken fatigue. This isn't exactly the rejuvenating getaway you envisioned. There's just so much injustice. You continue to try to be positive. Are there not political parties? Some secret underground movement or something? Sure, most low-bloods you've met have a healthy, fatalistic nonchalance about their situations, but there's gotta be something else out there. There were a few people who tried to stir shit up back in the day. It's all kind of hushed up and hard to find any information on the history of them, though. Definitely not the kind of thing they teach you in legislacerator training. One was a mutant blood, and the other had wings. My boys? So I guess they didn't have much of a chance anyway. You can't imagine this story having a happy ending, but you still want to know more. That's the subtlest shift in her tone of voice now that she's doing more than only complaining. It draws you in. One of them seems to have gathered enough of a following to become some kind of religious figure, from what I can find out about him. I know who you're talking about! I feel better now. The other one led a military revolt. They both were killed along with their attempts to change. I don't even know what happened to their compatriots. She stops to squint at you. I don't know how you got me talking like this, but in the fuck it spirit of the night, I'm just gonna keep going. If it wasn't clear, I'm telling you that things can get me extremely cold. So, like, please be chill. You're so chill, you're the chillest, and also probably pretty gullible yourself. Bro got that friendship riz. I do. I'm just like so good at friendship that like everybody wants to be my friend always, and I never fuck up ever. Good point. She squints at you a little longer and then stares out into the night. Her jaw muscle clenches a few times before she speaks. I have some ideas. She's still not looking at you, but she sits up a little straighter. You feel your spine following suit, almost on its own. All of us training to be legislacrators like to practice throwing our weight around. Some of us more than others, which I guess you have first-hand experience with. But we don't have much real power yet. We will, though, if we pass our exams. Which I will. I've been staying up most days studying every documented piece of law and some underground stuff too, when I find it. Never fucks up, ever. Looks at all the saves. Yeah. Yeah, I've never fucked up. I haven't saved in this game. I don't know what you're talking about. They are exploitable loopholes they don't know about. If I can establish myself... Sorry. If I can establish myself as a major player, I might have a chance to change things. Some things you can only take apart from the inside out. By now, she's built up a fevered energy with the sluggish way she talks. When you shift in your seat, she kind of snaps out of it. Oh, sorry. Guess I got a little worked up there. I don't exactly get to talk about this very often. It's kind of overwhelming to think about how fucked every little thing is all the time. But now that I see it clearly, I can't not do something. It's like Alternia is a giant fire, and I'm pissing on a tiny corner of it while the rest of everything burns up around me. Incredible example, Fyzhes. Thank you. Your brain is buzzing with how real that all that felt. You can't really add anything to it, so you just nod. Things are less abysmal where you're from. Whew, boy, in ways, yeah. At home, the accused is called a defendant, at least. As in, they get a defense. Her eyes brighten. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Does your justice system work? No, not really. You exhale slowly, trying to buy yourself time to encapsulate all of your planet's various cultures, societal structures, and similarly overwhelming list of injustices in an intelligent blurb. You settle on, not always, not for everyone. Her laugh is short and hollow. So much for enlightened life forms existing somewhere else in the universe. You guess until a more kind and just alien life form comes to take over, you'll have to make do with each other. Yeah, you're not so bad. I'd take an oppressive regime with you anytime. Thank you. I think. She gives your arm an awkward tap with her fist and then looks back out over the edge. Anyway, I'm no religious figure or military strategist. There's gotta be someone out there who is. Gotta use what skills I have instead, I guess, until I find them. What the fuck else would I do with my time? Keep pissing on fire is the best anyone can do, you reckon? That and get others hydrated enough to do the same. She laughs. Keep pissing. Keep on pissing, huh? I'll drink to that. She takes a big swig from a mug. After a beat, she silently, without looking at you, extends her arm away. You stare at the mug's depths, and a little unnerved, it doesn't look like viscera, but you've been burned before. Redeem hydrate? Hell yeah. Let me take a sip of water. Keep on pissing. Hell yeah. I've been burned before. It's true. Many times. It won't kill you. You're not sure what it will do, but Fyzhes is truthful. If nothing else, so bottoms up. What the fuck? It's water. Fyzhes grins and taps her temple with a claw. Gotta give people something. Otherwise, they might think I'm the way I am on my own. Then where would we be? You don't know. Letting people in can be helpful, you know, sometimes. Shh. Shh. I'm fine. You're not convinced. Okay, I'll admit it. It's not a bad idea to relax every once in a while. Get your priorities straight. This was a decent time. You're glad she's glad. But you mostly just talked the whole time about the same stuff that she was overwhelmed by to begin with. Does that even count? You learned a lot, but she still looks pretty wiped. As soon as you think that, she yawns. That's so driven. You shiver a bit when you imagine what she could do if she took the time to rest for real. You pat the pile of blankets next to you. It's no bed, or tub of sober slime, for that matter, but it's gotten you through enough. She looks warily at it and yawns again. Guess my losers and my mate spread will just think I'm at the book hive anyway. One little nap won't hurt. I'll get up early tomorrow and reorganize our stupid busy work project. She tentatively lowers herself onto the blankets, her eyes close for a brief second before they snap open again, glaring at you with full force. Don't doubt me either. I've got it under control. I totally believe you, bro. Oh, you have zero doubts in her abilities, you say. She curls back up against herself, and a small rattle of contentedness shakes in her throat. Bug behavior. Out in the distance, the blaze has dimmed to a thin plume of smoke. You hope whoever's hive is okay. You're not sleepy, so you'll keep watch to make sure she gets up by sunrise. You tilt your head back and look up at the unfamiliar constellations. Your head feels full. It's intense. And not exactly what you'd call happy, but you know you're feeling it with her. And that's far from nothing. Oh! Look it! That's so cute! Yeah! We gotta be friends with Fyzhes! Very important to me. Fantastic! Alright, back down! Chixie! Chixie time! Okay. Your point is you need a wardrobe change. You should have asked L-Word for one of her rad leather jackets. You could really make one of those work. Flashy! Is that who we're dubbing Chixie as? Non-Chixie. I understand. Geez, this is kind of a crummy neighborhood, and there you go again, making snap judgments. Get a little alien culture into you, and suddenly you're an expert. Huh. Looks like you found the Alternian nightlife. Well, technically all life here is nightlife. If people are nocturnal here, shouldn't nightclubs be called day clubs? Maybe the lure of dancing and getting smashed with strangers is not enough to get people to brave the blistering sun. You doubt you'd brave a stiff breeze for it. You aren't much of a partier. Gotta do your best impression. I can't do an impression of Flashy. But recently, you're all about new experiences. You'll try anything once. A long line of people snakes along the side of the building. It doesn't appear to be moving. The club must not be open yet. You consider getting in the line, but there's so many people here. You really are more of a one-on-one friendship type. Nah, you gotta, bro. Sorry, I don't make the rules. It sounds like you're making the rules, bro. You go around back to your old friend, the back alley, and the dumpster. Distantly, you hear music. It comes on every few seconds, then drops off. Maybe a sound check? Give me a sec. I'm in my head thinking, what does Chixie sound like? The word hypocrite is thrown around a lot these days. I think I know what voice. That was awful noise. Don't ever listen to that again. You hear something else. A musical sigh comes from up ahead. You turn a corner to find a girl standing alone outside a back entrance. A heavy door is propped open with a chunk of concrete, like someone had gouged it out of the street. The girl has on a sweater dress and leg warmers. A bronze sign splashed across her chest. Flashy! You wonder if you should consider painting a sign onto your own clothes, just to make yourself seem more normal. Yeah, no, probably no point. You'd also need to paint yourself gray and find a pair of fake horns. Who would do something like that? Sounds like a huge pain with absolutely no benefits. The girl hasn't noticed yet. She's staring at her feet and sighing. Also, she's making weird little whoops and clicking noises, or singing a few bars of wordless notes, starting low and then climbing up high. Wow, sounds pretty good. The enclosed space between the alley walls makes it seem like it's coming from all directions. Maybe you should just leave. She looks busy. But then another troll sticks their head around the open door, shooting the girl an unkind look and kicking cement block doorstop away. Oh heck. There's really only one reason you would prop a door open. I'm gonna save real quick, but I'm gonna make, yeah, I'm definitely grabbing the door before it can close. Displaying the dexterity of someone far healthier and far less dressed in a slinky bathrobe, you grab the door before it can slam closed. Woof. The bronze blood girl's attention snaps up and she breaks off mid-note. She takes in the misplaced concrete and you holding the door. Oh, thanks for catching that. I would have had to go all the way around the front. It must have been the wind. I don't think it was the wind, bestie. Sorry. Just what sort of wind do they have here that could pick up a chunk of rock the size of a turtle? Unless wind is some urban slang for some rude douchebag. God. You ever remember something, like you feel like guilt just like hit you really hard out of nowhere for no good reason because you're like, oh shit, and you just remember something that you did and it wasn't even intentional, but you feel so bad about it, you're like, I can't believe I did that, I can't believe I let that happen because I was so stupid. Okay, I'm gonna say this and it still makes me feel really awful. So while we were driving like a really long distance, Fish Mom and I, we were driving on like some really windy like back roads and stuff up north, and it was really green and pretty, and I saw a bunch of birds like crows and such on the side of the road, and like something that looked like a dead bird sliding across the ground, and I thought it was a dead bird because, you know, like it was windy, and I was like, oh, it's a dead bird that's picked up by the wind and it's just being dragged a little, and the other birds are there looking at it because like they're like scavenger birds. I don't like move I don't like swerving either direction to like get around things, and it was a very thin like bridge, and so I'm like, if I go too far to the right, I'll like damage the vehicle. If I go to the left, what if somebody comes around the curve and like I end up hitting somebody? So I just keep on my normal route, and then I hit, like I run over the thing, and it was not a dead bird, it was a turtle. It was a turtle crossing the road, and I'm like, I killed a fucking turtle, and I felt fucking awful. I swear, the guilt ate at me. Like, Fish Mom was asleep while I was driving, and I'm just like sitting there like, I can't believe I just did that. Oh my god, I killed a turtle. I felt so fucking bad. Like, I didn't know what to do. I just had to keep driving and being like, what the fuck have I done? Like, I even looked back in the mirror and I'm like, oh god, that's not good. I still feel so guilty about it. It feels bad. Anyway. She gives a quick smile and darts through the door, letting it close behind her with a solid click. Yep. Locked. The poor little guy. Oh, dude, it feels bad. I feel so guilty. I wish I had just, like, moved around him a little. But I didn't even... He was right there. It sucks. I feel really guilty about it. That's the worst part, is I'm like, God, I feel really awful. Oh... The brief gleaming flare of friendship you felt when she smiled at you in earnest thanks, stutters and dies. You really had a moment there, but now she's inside and you're out here. Where you will never reap the fruit of a glorious friendship you planted with that act of kindness. I think I ran over a hedgehog once. Bro was just minding his own business in the road. Dude. It feels so bad. It was dark, I didn't know. No, I understand, bro. Here's the thing. All day that day and the day before while we were driving, like, there were just so many birds that were set in the middle of the road and then they'd fly off at the last second. And so I'm like, oh, it's either a dead bird or, you know, it's the corpse of an animal, you know, because it's being dragged along the ground by the wind. But it wasn't being dragged along the ground by the wind. It was a fucking turtle and it was crawling across the road and I can't believe I didn't realize it, but it looked like the shape of a bird. And I don't know what it is, but like, of all the things to eat me up inside, why is it that? Geez, what's the point of doing something nice if you don't get any credit for it? Fuck birds. Looking at you, Spades. Ah, shit. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have held the door open, I guess. Don't be a kind person. Now hold the door open. Stand there like an asshole. Like the witness to a disastrous car accident, you stand there and watch as the girl notices the door closing and lets out a squeak. Jumping out for the handle, she misses it and smacks her knee against the metal frame. Ouch! Damn it! She has a soft musical voice, even when she's swearing. You ask if she's okay. She stops rubbing at her knee and looks up at you. You're quite a bit taller than her. You're quite a bit taller than her? But she looks older than some of the other trolls you've hung out with. I'm taller than her? Dude, I'm a little stick man. I'm a little itty bitty guy. What are you talking about? I'm like 3 feet tall. What is she? 2 feet tall? She the size of a cat? I mean, it could be worse. You could have shrugged it off. Says a lot about your character that you're still feeling guilty. This was when I was traveling and like staying up north. So yeah, it's Flashy. Everyone's taller than Flashy. I don't know if that's factual. Something tells me it's not. No worries. Well, at least not about my leg. If you want something to worry about, I'm sure I can come up with some ideas without much trouble. You assure her that you've had plenty to worry about recently, though you appreciate the offer. She gives a fruitless tug on the back door. She knocks, nobody comes. She knocks again, still nothing. You tell her that someone kicked her doorstop out of the way. She looks disappointed, but not surprised. Oh well, I'll just have to go back around front. Could be worse. No, Flashy's the shortest in the server. Is Flashy seriously the shortest in the server? How tall is Flashy? I'm only 5'3". Oh, give me a sec. Why am I tired? Dude, I sleep so well. Oh, God. I get so much good sleep. Why am I tired? Anyway. Could be worse. Would you care to join me? Oh my God. You thought she'd never ask. This is working out perfectly. You were so glad she got locked out back here with you and the rest of the garbage. I'm Chixie Rocksmere.
Although, I'm sure you already know that. I don't think you're an idiot or anything. You know, meet and greets are usually after the show, but you seem nice.
5'2". I think Spooky's the tallest. How tall is Spooky? What is Spooky like some 7'8" giant? A monster? Much like myself in fish form? Oh god. You aren't sure how she figures that, since all you've done is stand around. It's true though, so you don't protest. You are nice, super nice. You might be the nicest son of a bitch on this whole dang planet. He's 6'3" or 6'2". He's a foot taller than Fleshy. Dude, he might be a foot taller than me. Bro, what? What the fuck? Got some tall bitches in here. You ask her if she's performing here tonight. Good guy, that Spooky.
Of course. Why else would I be warming up in a dirty back alley?
You tell her you've seen people do far weirder things. She laughs.
You aren't wrong. People around here will do anything for attention nowadays. For instance, you're walking around an ablution trap.
A what? Oh, right, a bathtub. You cough delicately. True, very true. She's got you there. You come inside with...
If you come inside with me, I can give you an autograph. I don't have anything to write with back here.
Chixie seems to think that you're a fan who managed to get past security to accost her in person. She doesn't seem too upset though. More like delighted. You think back many friends ago when Sarava told you it was dangerous for lowbloods to get popular. You wonder if Chixie trusts you because she thinks you are also a lowblood, or maybe she's just not that popular. You follow her back to the front of the club, past the line of trolls waiting to get inside. A little guy whistles at her, and she gives him a flirty wave. Oh. Along with a flat smile. A customer service smile. She shows the bouncer something up on her palm husk, and he lifts up the velvet rope.
They're with me. They're my +1.
Love him. Love his Scottish little face. From the sounds of it, his Scottish face is much larger. He's a tall guy. He's large Scottish. Big. Extra large. Why are people so tall? Why do I have to be short? Why can't I tower above the rest of you? Wow, you've never been anybody's +1 before. Bunch of people in line look annoyed, but Chixie ignores them. You follow her, tripping a little on the hem of your rope.
Be careful, huh? You don't want to twist an ankle.
Chixie speaks with a lilt, like a character in a musical getting ready to burst into song. The fuck is a lilt? Bro's built like a matchstick. Big ass head, compact body. Man's a stick man. He's a stick man. Confirmed. You hope you aren't supposed to participate if she does. You're a little too busted for impromptu dance numbers, and you're also liable to flash someone in this robe. I forgot we were wearing a robe. You hear Chixie, you hear music and chatter from down the hall, but Chixie pulls you in another direction, toward the dressing rooms. You pass several closed doors. Stopping in front of one that seems to be in the process of being cleared out. Oh shit. She looked grumpy. Bunch of shit is spilling out of into the hall, clothes trailing out of the suitcases. A microphone cord seems to be slithering slowly among the detritus. Charming.
God, I can't do anything without someone messing with me, locking me out, and now this. Who did this? I'm seriously out for blood tonight.
Okay.
Looks like someone commandeered her dressing room while she was out, as well as tossed all her shit out into the hall. I have to deal with this. I'll be right back. You can borrow some clothes if you want. In fact, I insist. She leaves you in the hall, cramped in the cramped little room. It's dark in the hall, but everywhere in Alternia is kept darker than is comfortable for you. You're getting used to it, though. You imagine humans used to have to deal with this all the time back before electricity provided. They didn't die immediately of, like, dysentery. You flick on the outline of white bulbs around the mirror. Oh, wow. Even the soft, flattering light, God. The voice you've given her really fits, man. Like, really fits. Does it? Dude, this is me guessing every time when it comes to a character. I'm like, they probably sound like this. Even in the soft, flattering light, you look like an A-grade free-range disaster. Tagora's expensive rainbow drinker serum has rubbed off, and now you're mostly just dusty. You wade through a couple of Chixie's suitcases, but everything here is too small for you. There's a couple of sweater dresses and a hoodie that might fit, but without a pair of pants, that's gonna get real scandalous real fast. The only thing you find that works in the whole damn dressing room is the floaty purple dress hanging on the back of the door. Definitely not your style. You would never wear anything like this at home. But fuck it. God, no. Roll with the punches, right? And not just in violence, fashion ways. You give a little experimental twirl in front of the mirror. You aren't gonna break any hearts, but you'll do. You actually kind of dig it. Yeah, this is not gonna be good, dude. I already know this is not good. I could tell by it being a good dress. You're busy admiring yourself when Chixie comes back. She sniffles sharply, then there are tear tracks on her face. But she isn't crying anymore. In fact, she looks mad as hell. Oh, damn. Is she mad at you? Did you manage to fuck something up without even being there? You've got mad fuck-up skills. I got bumped. They kicked me off the lineup. I was supposed to be opening, but some new band came in. They have a purple blood drummer, so the club owner let him take my place. Of course. This is always how it goes. God, she looks so sad. I thought we fucked up. Oh, we must have taken the Purple Blood's outfit. Ha ha ha. God, she looks so sad. Time to break out your finely tuned comforting muscles. But before you can get those guns out, someone oozes up to the two of you. Someone you recognize. Oh, God! No! Oh, incredible. Hold on. I have to remember what fucking voice I gave him. Oh, incredible, Miss Rocksmere. No, it was like, how the fuck do you give off the fedora vibes in a voice? Oh, incredible, Miss Rocksmere. What are the odds? It must be fate. Well, you chirped that you were coming to the show, so I guess the odds were pretty good. Zebra doesn't let this dim his sparkle. He isn't the type of guy to let facts get in the way. He hasn't even noticed you yet. He's too busy kissing the back of Chixie's hand. Looking good, baby. Oh, I'm sorry I said it. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I should never say that again. I'm sorry. I'll never say it again. I'm kind of a mess. I've been crying. Well, crying looks good on you. Fuck, dude. Fuck off. Zebra finally glances your way and does an extremely exaggerated double take. Wow, damn, I didn't even recognize you. Fuck. You clean up really nice, you know? Stop. You haven't cleaned up at all. Really, you haven't bathed since Tagora's fancy ablution trap. All you've done is put on a slinky dress. It's not like you aren't happy to see Zebra. You are. He's one of your many success stories. He's just, you know, the kind of friend you want to think back on fondly from time to time, remembering all the good times. Yeah, not necessarily the kind you want to hang out with or hang all over you, like he is right now. Trixie looks at his arm around your shoulder and seems momentarily annoyed. Then her neutral expression skips a couple tracks and hilts back on neutral. So, you've met? Where? Online? In a forum? Can I join? Not a forum. Unless you're talking about the forum of life. I'd rather die than hear you say that again. He winks. Don't wink. Fate just keeps bringing us together, doesn't it? Just like you and me, Chixie baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Chixie laughs now that she's gotten over her surprise. Her entire demeanor has changed. Her body language has relaxed and she keeps biting her lip. She looks like an actor demonstrating bashful on command. Zebra is eating it up. It was really nice of you to post about my EP on your blog. I got a lot of listens from that. Babe, have I ever told you that I think you're so strong? Seriously, low-blood girls are so strong. Chixie laughs again. It sounds painful. Maybe once or twice. I love your new stuff. That one song, Poisonous Moon or whatever. Bloody Sun. Yeah, right, exactly. Real good stuff, sweetheart. Fucking stop saying that. Can't wait to hear more tonight. Alright, he doesn't know Chixie got bumped. Chixie meets your eyes. She seems to be trying to communicate something entirely using her eyebrows. You know what? I'll mind my own damn business for once. You follow Chixie's lead and don't say anything. Zebra will find out pretty soon anyway when the show starts and Chixie doesn't get on stage. He takes off, saying he's gonna go get a spot in the pit. There's no pit here. Her earnest, polite looks drops as soon as Zebra's out of sight. She's letting you see all the bits of herself that she has to hide from other people. You wonder if it's because you don't matter that much or because she can sense your trustworthy nature. You're a natural optimist when it comes to friendship, so you decide to believe in the latter. Come on, I want to get a good look at the jerks who took my stage from me so I can talk about them on my vent chitter. It's not chitter anymore, guys. Sorry, it's X now. So stupid. Fucking Elon Musk's a moron. You can follow if you want. Only like 4 people do. It's not like anybody cares about my problems anyway. You risk an encouraging pat between her shoulder blades. She sniffs and wipes her nose. At least I have you, my one non-creepy fan. At least I think you aren't creepy. I guess I don't know you that well. You can assure her that you are not creepy. At least not as creepy as that guy. Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh, wait. They actually eat bugs here. She swallowed a live bug. Actually, they might eat live bugs. Well, fuck. Simile canceled. Hold on. What the fuck did I miss? Chixie starts to respond, but then breaks off. Her voice sticks in her throat like she swallowed a bug. Oh, wait. They actually eat bugs here, like she swallowed a live bug. Actually, they might eat live bugs. Well, fuck. Simile canceled. Anyway, Chixie stops talking, and you realize it's because she's listening instead. The first band is on, and going from Chixie's expression, that must be the band that scooped her. I can't believe it. I can't. She takes off. Oh, fuck. You aren't sure if you're supposed to follow, but she swoops back in and grabs your hand to drag you along behind her. Come in, bestie. We got this. You go past the club entrance and up a staircase, emerging in a tiny backstage area. Chixie stops just outside the stage lights. The band on stage is 4 trolls, mixed cast, judging from their clothes, although you suppose they don't have to wear clothes the color of their blood, though most trolls seem to. Law or tradition, both are dangerous to break. That's my song! They didn't just steal my set. They stole my set list. Her cheeks flush a ruddy brown, and she shakes with rage. She begins singing along with them. Eris above, blight below. I'm knocking on your hive's front door. Love me, please. I abhor. It has kind of a twangy country feel to it, except it's about murder or maybe love. You can't tell. It just really doesn't fit the band on stage's vibe. It doesn't really fit Chixie's either, but then again, you haven't seen her perform. Maybe she's really different when it gets in a spotlight. She's crying now, tears streaming down her face as she sings. Oh, it's all over. No one's going to believe I wrote this music. Some little dirt blood country girl. Oh my gosh. Don't worry, Chixie, I'll murder them for you. You remember what Sarava told you about High Blood stealing their music and acting like they wrote it? God, that is so unfair. That sucks. Where's the bar? You should do something. Where's the bar? You should do something. Yeah. Chixie clenches her fist. Yeah. She reaches into a snarled mess of equipment and comes back with a microphone that only looks a little bit squirmy. Then she walks over to a costume rack and pulls down a mask. It's plain white, like Phantom of the Opera mask, jarringly stark against the gaudy organic styles of most everything else on Alternia. She waits for a dip in the volume in the song, and she gets one right after the bridge. Then she switches on the microphone and takes a huge breath. I don't know what voice to do right now, but we'll try. This is a very interesting one. Give me a sec. I feel like there's not enough like sound dampening for my room right now. It's gonna. I'm just gonna pray that that does something, because I don't know how to do this without being loud. Well, what horrible timing.
I heard a smack.
That was me trying to dampen any sound in the door, because I just got to a part where she shouts, "Shut the fuck up." What? No, I died actually. Things aren't okay. Things are all wrong.
Thought the cat was going at the door.
She's not. She's very much under the bed. Well, I'm gonna move on from this. Great scene. The shout reverberates around the club. The sound of the crowd dips, then falls off almost entirely. The band staggers to a slow rattling stop. Nobody seems to know what's going on. Hi, Fish Mom. Bye, Fish Mom. Understandable. Oh, hell. This isn't what you meant. You meant, like, egg their tour bus to, or trash them online. You're doing something, Chixie. I worry about you, though. Chixie steps into the light, and a murmur goes up through the crowd. The band singer lowers her microphone. She's in a short blue dress with long, vicious claws painted red. You aren't up on all the trends, but you're pretty sure that red is edgy.
Yes. Trixie covers her microphone and says something to the band. The cerulean stares at her for a few seconds before letting out a cascading spray of laughter. Sure, honey, okay. Condescending and sweet, like Trixie is a toddler who happened to wander on stage. She points finger guns at the guy on the soundboard. Razor, give the lady a beat. Oh God. Oh, you know what this is. You see Trixie's face framed by the lights, focused and intent, all simpering gone. You like that? I wrote it. You hit that? I own it. Coming in hot, trying to steal my spot. Oh Lord, is this a limerick? I feel so weird saying these things because I know there's more people in the house. It wasn't so bad when I was home alone, but like now I'm like, I know there's a lot of people in the house right now. But I mean, if it's in the game, I gotta say it. I feel so weird about this, dude. What is going on? I mean, I'm thinking about this in like human equivalents. This would be a really fucking weird lyric for somebody to put, but it doesn't even seem like out of place amongst people, so. My door is very much no longer sound protected, so I'm just like, I keep looking over, I'm like, God, I wonder how much they can hear, and it makes me nervous, because I can hear them, and I'm like, if I can hear them, they can hear me. We're moving on. I can't read it. A dirty limerick. Holy shit, she's really doing this thing. A rap battle. Jesus. The cerulean girl spits some stuff back. It's kind of basic, just general insults about Trixie's blood color and her lyrics being stale. Considering she stole Trixie's song, that doesn't really fly. The crowd doesn't know that, though. They're still eating it. They're eating it up. They probably think it's all part of the onstage... Jesus Christ. They probably think it's all part of the show. Some fiery little low blood coming on stage to shake things up. Paint your claws red, paint your mouth brown. Acting like you know... God. Acting like you know what it's like down here on the ground. The crowd whoops. This might be a high blood owned club, but there's definitely a lot of low bloods in the crowd. But it's imitation. I've got... Fuck me. This is why I can't rap. This is not my forte. But it's imitation. I got no expectation. This is your final station. Can I please stop? Please stop rapping. I can't do this. It makes me uncomfortable. Having a rap, not only rap, but like rap in a character voice feels so weird. I hate it all. Character voice was difficult enough, but now character voice and rap? You aren't gonna hit higher than this collaboration. You aren't like a rap expert or anything, but you can definitely tell that Trixie isn't either. She gets breathless toward the end of lines and hits some words strangely, but the crowd is really feeling her. Definitely more than they're feeling the cerulean Trixie's voice. Definitely more than they're feeling the cerulean. Trixie's voice picks up speed and power as she gains confidence, drawing energy off the crowd. You realize you're leaning forward too, making sure you catch every word. She goes through a whole list of the band's shortcomings, including their fashion sense, their talent level, and their interpersonal clusterfuck. Yep. They're apparently a pretty well-known group online. She throws in some stuff about them stealing her music, and the crowd oohs like this is a middle school cafeteria. So kill me. Call me. Call the drones. It won't change a bit of what they all know. When you're a thief, what do you expect? I beat you all square. Hey, show some respect. Trixie drops the mic and the room erupts. Oh my god, that's crazy. I feel like me reading it actually destroys this scene. I feel like I've made it worse.
Holy shit, that was awesome. She just came up with all that on the fly. The cerulean looks furious, and another troll runs onto the stage to try to get the crowd under control. They're all chanting, "Mask, mask, mask!" Chixie runs back off stage, chucking both the mask and the microphone back where she found them. Oh god, Chixie. She grabs you and runs all the way back out to the alley where you met, letting the door close behind you. Guess you're done with that club? Chixie's eyes are round and shell-shocked. I just did that. Yeah, she really did. I just told a bunch of highbloods to eat my bulge. You don't even know what a bulge is yet. But, yep. Fuck, they liked me, didn't they? They were cheering for me. You say yeah, you're pretty sure they were. Holy shit, I'm gonna be called. Did you hear all that stuff I said? You can't just say stuff like that. You remind her that she was wearing a mask when she did it. All right, nobody will know who I am. I'm safe. Oh, that means nobody will know it was me. You aren't quite following. I'm not gonna get any credit at all. God, why does everything in my life have to be so metaphorically resonant? Oh, girl, you feel that. You def know what that's like. Hey, that was pretty dope. Whoa, that was from somebody else? Both of you jump a foot in the air. A low blood in a hoodie and a pair of sunglasses slouches against a brick besides the back door. Either you are seriously impaired today, or he is seriously good at sneaking. Got any stuff online? He asked Chixie. She gapes at him. But I was wearing a mask. How did you know? Well, you're standing right outside the door, and you're wearing the same clothes you did on stage. Oh, right. Clever of you. Don't worry about it. Plausible deniability, right? Catch you later. He slinks off, one hand raised in a casual, cool guy farewell. So cool. See? You tell Chixie. Some people will figure out who you are, possibly some randos outside of clubs, but still, she can do this. She can make her dreams come true. You're totally right. I so can. I guess all hope isn't lost. At least not until another insurmountable obstacle comes along. Thanks for, well, everything. I would never have gone out there if not for you. She hesitates for a few seconds, then goes in for a slightly damp hug. Sorry, stage lights and terror make me sweat. Cool! Oh my gosh! We have a beautiful outfit on. I'm loving it. We're so fashionable. Well, okay, so we got through Chixie and our girl Fyzhes. So now we've got, oh, this is the partner. Flashy good ending. Let's go. Wait, what? Didn't we already get her? Wait, what? Hold on. Did we not already get her? We got her already. We already got you. What are you coming back for? What? I'm confused. What the fuck is going on? Part of you has always been taken with the idea of purchasing a one-way train ticket to anywhere and boarding it without looking back. Or, in your current case, stowing away without looking back. Details. The idea had always seemed so idyllic. No strings, no obligations, just you and your journey, the wind in your hair, and the taste of freedom on your lips. Your little daydream doesn't exactly involve careening across a perilous extraterrestrial landscape, but then you always liked to think of yourself as the kind of person who's open to new experiences. Not to mention new friends. In practice, though, this tastes less like freedom and more like noxious muck, which is what you're currently surrounded by. Ugh. It's not unlike the slime that was in Skyla's Recupercoon, except that slime was weirdly soothing, and this is weirdly prickly and burny and uncomfortable. You thought you were being smart by sneaking on board, jumping into some sort of cargo carriage. Oh, how wrong you'd been. The trade-off for not being caught by then maimed and or killed for your blood color is apparently this. You almost would have preferred the maiming. God knows you're used to taking a beating by now. Okay. Are we going back to amnesia? Whoa, wait, whoa. 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 There's eyes back there. There's something behind amnesia. Hold on. That's not amnesia. That's amnesia. That's Chad. That's Chad. So we could go for Ejdaha, or we could go for Chahat, because I see her there. I see her back there. I see her. I can see her right now. See, she's right there. You can think I'm delusional, but she's right there. It becomes more obvious when you see the eyes flickering. We'll start with Ejdaha. No. Yes. No. I want to know what's up with Chahat. Your gown flutters around you as you hop off the train. You feel like a very grimy Disney princess with no shoes. Just a deranged Cinderella who left both glass slippers on the castle steps. Before you can decide which direction to continue your merry jaunt, it's decided for you. As in, a small bluish missile slams into your midsection and sends you tumbling down the hill behind the train tracks, rolling over and over, and god damn, do you hope you don't kill anyone with your ass, especially not yourself. You land with a hard thwack on your back.
Hey, it's you!
The concussion you've just sustained might be giving you serious friend hallucinations.
Sorry, I hugged you so hard I pushed you down a hill. I forgot how weak and flimsy you are.
You take Amnesia's offered hand, albeit nervously. You kind of skipped out on her back there, waiting until she was in the ablution trap and then escaping from her murder studio. Hi, Chad. You'd been so naive back then. You didn't know about recup-raccoons or grub cakes or hate dating. Oh god, is that a giant murder... That's a giant murder clown, isn't it? Wow. She is even bigger than the adult you saw at the bandit lair. God, why? Why, whenever you think you've met the biggest, meanest bastard in this place, this place has to offer, it offers up another bigger, meaner one? Without thinking, you put yourself between Amnesia and the purple blood. Pretty dumb, considering Amnesia can pick you up with one hand, but you just rolled down a hill and you aren't at peak performance.
Chad! It's about time!
Hi, Chad.
This is the one I was telling you about. The one with precious, precious blood.
Hi, Chad. Oh my god, she has hair like the old fish. Crazy. The purple blood's slow, lazy smile somehow makes her face paint even more terrifying. She moseys closer, towering over you. A true pleasure, small thing. Any friend of Little Blue is a friend of mine. Especially one who'd look so pretty on the newest page of my scrapbook. Yeah, scrapbooking. Your stomach is dissolving into acid fear. Amnesia stamps her foot.
Don't make murder jokes. My friend is very delicate.
You nod furiously. You are so delicate. Just a whiff of murder gives you the vapors. Peace and gospel, Little Blue. I was only playing. Messiahs know I'm owed a bit of fun. And it ain't a fair bit hypocritical lecturing me, considering what you were getting up to the first time you and I got to John. Ripping off heads and all. Amnesia goes blue. Chaha winks.
and you experience another spasm of fear. You clench your fist so she can't see your hands are shaking. To distract yourself, you ask her if she and Amnesia are Moirails. You figure that's always the safest one to start with. Safer than, so do you guys hate fuck a lot? Chahat starts grinning again, and Amnesia blushes even harder.
No, silly, of course not. I'm way too young for quadrants.
I'm a couple of motherfuckers. Hold on. No, a couple of motherfuckers has started younger than you, little blue.
Still, there's no point. I mean, you're leaving in a couple paragraphs.
I don't. What does that mean? Dude, I read the comic and I don't know what a paragraph is. Amnesia stares at the ground sadly for a few seconds before she gets herself back together.
But that's why tonight's gonna be the best. Our final hunt.
Hunt?
And I'm so glad you're here too.
She beams up at you. You try to smile back, maybe achieving half a grimace. When Chahat leans over Amnesia, it's with a certain menacing fondness. Sounds like a party, my most vicious sister. Only, we got a smidge of a scheduling conflict. Huh? The maskers tonight, little blue? Last maskers I'll see planetside. Gotta present my glutes and testify before my most mirthful messiah for the last time. You sure you didn't get any of that? Every time you think your days of unbounded ignorance are behind you, you turn over a stone to find more little squirming bits of cultural miasma to suck in. Amnesia rolls her eyes.
More church? That's seriously all you ever do.
Sister, we talked about this. To praise the mirthful ones is a privilege and a revelation. My pusher beats for them. It smashes its way through the desolate cage of my thoracic struts.
Yeah, I know. You love clown church. You love it so much you should just put it in a quadrant.
Jesus, Amnesia. Maybe don't shout out the scary giant clown lady. Chahat puts a giant hand on Amnesia's head, ruffling her hair like she's an angry puppy. Simmer down, girl. Good news is, we got us a tiebreaker. She means you, doesn't she? More decisions. Usually we strive for it. But today, it's all up to you, stranger. Oh, this can't be good. Take me to clown church. Church sucks. Well, if we're going off my personal opinion, I'm not a church person. I don't feel very comfortable or safe in church. But hell, take me to clown church where they search Fago and they're all juggalos and they want to kill me. You don't know much about religion, but you have recently become pretty good at reading people. You have the slightest little suspicion that insulting this woman's religion might be unhealthy. Besides, it would be rude. This time, when Chahat turns her painted face to you and gives you another of those lazy smiles, you're filled with a sudden flush of excitement. God, what if you could become good friends with her? You've never had a friend this cool or this scary. Amnesia rolls her eyes.
Oh, fine. Have fun, I guess. Doing totally boring stuff.
You wonder if it's really okay for you to come with Chahat. Isn't she worried about showing up with an alien? In the past, I might have to go to worrying over it. But now, fuck it. What? What are they about to do? Call me?
Might thank him for that. Doing a sister a solid and saving me from having to set foot in the filthy reaches of space, where I hear they don't follow the good word as close as they should. None of the motherfuckers have the globes to step up to me, so you should be safe. With me on your side, not even one of those slippery fishes would do shit.
Slippery fishes? Does she mean sea dwellers? You never actually seen one. Big lady! That's right, big lady! This is the big lady that I drew. You've never actually seen one, which makes sense since they dwell in the deep sea, but most people seem to be scared of them. You wonder how much higher in the caste they are from the clowns. You wonder what they look like. There's still so many things you don't know. You've never seen them in a church before, but you've seen them in movies and goth music videos, so you know what to expect. Clown church is not that. There are no pews or statues or sad dudes hanging from two perpendicular sticks, but there's an altar and a lot of purple candles and rows and rows of flimsy metal fold-out chairs. The same sugary smell that hangs around Cha Hut fills the place. Someone took stained glass a little too seriously when they decorated, because every inch of window is covered in multicolored. God, why even front anymore? Every inch is covered in blood, splatters of it, paint the floor, the stone walls. It reminds you of that break room after Connell got done murdering all those kids, except this seems deliberate. Yup, it's great. It's lovely. I love what you've done with the place. Please don't hurt me. Like they decided they wanted a little bit of yellow in the corner, so they walked some poor gold blood over there and gutted them.
Welcome to your salvation, little one.
You almost run out, but no, you can't. You need to make friends with Cha Hut. You hang on to that as you follow her to the front of the congregation. As you pass various other clowns, send out honks of greetings accompanied by occasional whoop whoop. Cha Hut responds to a couple with a casual "hey motherfuckers," but most she ignores. Maybe she's too cool for them? You try not to make eye contact with anyone as you go by, or if you happen to look at anyone, you try to throw out the most intense "I'm with her" vibes that you can. A couple of trolls look as out of place as you do. Okay, not as out of place since they're actually from this planet, but there's some non-purple guys here who look distinctly uncomfortable. A few of them appear to be chained to their chairs. Cool. A purple blood is standing on a platform at the front of the congregation and preaching, rapping, whatever it is. It sucks. There's a lot of uninventive swearing and weirdly syncopatic honks. Everyone here is extremely into it. There's a lot of answering whoops and fuck yes. All Cha Hut has to do is stand there and smirk at him, and he trails off into a nasally honk before scrambling off the church stage. You really wish you knew how to command that kind of respect. Then everyone would want to be your friend.
Thanks, brothers and sisters. Today's a singular sort of day. For today, I looked up toward the mountain and saw the fire in the sky. That fire is our Messiah, and our Messiah are the fire feeding a hungry forge in the belly of hell. That sweet salvation of split bone and sulfur-colored eyes. Was it the heat of eternal damnation or the sweet flame of revelation? All is red ruin. Woe is us, darlings. Woe.
What? It really goes on like that for a while. You zone out a little bit. Someone throws a handful of powder into the candle flames, and more of that sugary sharp scent puffs out as colorful smoke billows up. The purple bloods all start taking deep whiffs of the stuff, and it looks like the powder in pixie sticks.
Newest member of our congregation.
Pixie sticks. Maybe that's why it smells like sugar in here.
Invite them to stand up and give glorious thanks.
The whole congregation has gone silent. You realize that Chahad is looking at you, and the other clown priest is looking at you. Actually, every single goddamn troll is in here is looking at you, except for the one small dude who appears to be trying to chew off his own hand to free himself from his check. Okay, that's great.
Your turn to testify. Don't fuck this up, little one.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. No, we're gonna preach. Hey, I went to church for a long time, alright? I know how to preach. Oh shit. They want you to talk? About what? All the stuff Chahat and the other troll were saying, it just sounded like a bunch of bullshit. So that's what you give them. Just bullshit. Reams and reams of fresh, non-GMO, cave-aged bullshit. Honestly, you aren't totally sure what you say. Maybe some stuff about parting the sea, loaves and fishes, a dome and a rock. You throw a couple of whoop whoops in there for effect, hoping nobody accuses you of cultural appropriation. Luckily, the crowd is feeling it. They all honk and echo what you say, even the cultural allusions they can't possibly understand. They take turns swigging Faygo from the communal chalice, passing it around. Oh. You know, I liked the flavor of Faygo. I used to like Faygo a lot, not realizing what it Dude. Oh, poor innocent me. You can't help glancing over at Chahat every so often. Sure, all these weirdos are catching what you're throwing, but she's the one whose opinion you actually care about. She's your current friendship target. She's nodding in approval, occasionally crossing her hands over her chest in what looks like a kind of gang symbol, but may just be a religious gesture. You finish with something about foxes and the jaws of the universe, that the convergence of fate and the cyclical nature of reality. Time is flat. Time is a flat circle. You think you're actually filled with the spirit, whatever the fuck that means. It could just be that weird smoke.
Knew I didn't make a mistake when I put my faith in you, little one.
She pushes several dudes out of the way to lean over you, and you don't feel fear now so much as intense pride. Hello, your favorite sentient bowl of long pasta obsessed with aesthetics that couldn't be more indifferent from each other is back. Welcome back. I'm being a religious figure. I guess. Damn, but it feels good to have 50 clowns honking at you for pulling something straight out of your ass. Little one is kind of creepy, and you wish she'd stop saying it, but you guess it's accurate. You are little compared to her. And there's only one of you.
Come here, darling.
Oh, that's an upgrade. Darling. That's friendly.
Get up here.
Up? How? Two younger purple bloods grab you by the legs. Oh. The church sways around you, and you find yourself at clown height, face to face with Chahat. Up close, you can see the cracks in her makeup. Oh, and it might be the light in here, but her yellow eyes look tinted purple. She pulls you close, one giant claw tipping your chin. She's so close. She leans in, and your whole body flashes hot. Oh god, this
You brace for those big clown. No. Instead, Chaha clamps her hand over your mouth. You jerk as your air supplies promptly cut off. The clowns holding you up stagger until you remember that you can breathe through your nose. Yeah, what the fuck? What is happening? What is happening? Why are we being painted? You see something out of your peripheral vision. Then something sticky and cold is sprayed onto your cheek. An acrid stench making you choke. You struggle, but the clowns don't let you go. Chahat sprays something on the other side of your face. You feel it sinking khaki and stinging into the skin of your cheeks. She releases you for a moment and switches the spray can to other hand. What the hell? Is that supposed to be on your skin? Probably not. Hold still, darling. She takes another can from a nearby troll and paints a line across your forehead, her brow furrowing in concentration. You know what she's doing. She's baptizing you. Oh my gosh, I'm being baptized? Unfortunately, I have to go. Don't die, it's illegal. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Sleep well. Sorry. I've gotten into the habit of saying it so quickly now. Bye. Sorry, I took a water. Covering you in the paint of her people. You're being initiated. You can hardly believe it. Tears threaten at the corner of your eyes as you realize you are actually becoming a part of the group. Someone on this terrible planet is actually letting you into their inner circle. Even if it is a circle of shitty clowns who go around murdering people and drinking the worst soda in the galaxy. Don't get too overcome now, small thing. Small thing. Okay, she's changed it a little bit. I don't really even know what you are. Or where something like you came from. But I can feel the spirit flowing through those alien veins of yours. That's fucking godly, my little one. Amazing! This is so good. Anyone who initiates you into their weird cult definitely wants to get all up in your friendship grill. Jahad paints another line. This time over your nose. The paint is starting to sting. The paint on your forehead especially. Oh wait, that's not paint, that's... Oh. Chaha drops the spray can. She's looking at her fingers. Oh no. You've seen that expression before on someone bluer and much shorter. Deep crimson drips off her claw. After weeks of rainbow blood, your blood color looks strange to you. Now that you think about it, it's been a while since you've seen your own blood. Haha, wild! You must be getting better. You must be getting better survival instincts. Precious blood. Precious indeed, sister. Oh god, they're gonna kill me. The two other purple bloods put you down with subservient honks. All of the other clowns here treat Chahad with reverence, bordering in on awe. Is it because she's the oldest or the largest? Or maybe just because she's the most badass? Your feet barely hit the floor before Chahad takes you by the hand. You smile up at her, happy to go anywhere she leads. Friendship feels so good, especially with people who are bigger and stronger and cooler than you are, which is basically everyone on this planet, but Chaha is especially cool, strong, and cool. You're so busy feeling great about your new elite status that at first you don't realize what's happening. Where Chahad is leading you, it's to a corner of the church that is a little more bare than other spots. As in, there isn't as much blood, as in, it's the perfect canvas for some fresh blood. Some precious, precious mutant blood. You don't know why Chaha didn't go for you right when you met. Maybe the time wasn't right. Maybe the sight of your red stuff has triggered something in her murder troll hind brain. Regardless, you get the feeling you're about to be reunited with the color of your blood quite suddenly and thoroughly. Wait! You thought you were getting initiated. Hell yeah. You're an initiate, my dazzling crimson darling. An initiate to the rarest, most laudable power. blood initiate, a sacrificial bar beast. You ain't gonna get a better offer than that.
Well, when she puts it like that, nope, you would still rather not die.
Oh.
Well, let's load that up and fix that. Wimp out! I don't know, church. Why would I tell you guys about your own church? You stand there in the cacophony of honks and whoops, trying to dredge up a little spirit inside of you, but you just can't. All the noise sounds so much like jeering, and you'd think you'd have gotten used to the negative reinforcements, but apparently it's still enough to trip you up. You open your mouth, and all that comes out is a croak, like you're a frog of failure. Cha-Hut's big hand lands on your shoulder. She looks wistfully through the clown paint.
That's okay, hon. Sit down before you strain something.
Encased in a fugue of shame, you do. God, why couldn't you have kept it together for once in your pathetic life? The clown next to you gives you a consoling pat on the knee and offers you a half-empty bottle of Faygo. You are so despondent that you barely cast a thought to juggalo germs or the fact that Faygo is disgusting. It hits your taste buds like a bitch slap. Around you, the congregation is getting rowdier. The troll beside you shrugs his shoulders, like, what can you do? He has a hat and a charming smile. At least you think he does. You're starting to feel a little weird. Faygo isn't alcoholic, is it? I would go easy on that stuff if I were you, the troll says. His hand hasn't left your leg. In fact, it's moved from your knee to your thigh. First time is always rough. I don't like that. Please stop touching me. Pfft, whatever. You're fine. You know all about controlled substances. You're just really good at drugs, okay? You're a serious druggist? Oh god. For real though, what is this stuff? You got high with Sarava and tipsy with Chixie. That rhymes. She should put that in her next rap. But this is different. This is your brain blowing wide open and the atmosphere pouring in. This is the cosmos kissing your frontal lobe with way too much tongue.
Hey, this is my supplicant. Maybe find your own.
Cha-Hut is standing next to you again. She removes the clown guy's hand from your thigh and extricates the bottle from your grip. Hey, you weren't done with that. On the other side of the church, someone throws another handful of colorful powder into the fire. More smoke billows up and you feel another wave of dizziness. Maybe it's the interaction of the Faygo and the smoke. Is that how science works? Such bad form, says the troll who'd given you the Faygo. Bringing an alien to your last massacre? One would think you had no respect for your messiah at all. I think, brothers and sisters, that I might agree with that. Oh, no, Cha-Hut! A voice rings out across the church. At first, you think it's in your head, the product of whatever weird soup all the competing substances have created, but everybody hears it too. Cha-Hut goes rigid beside you, her big vicious mouth stretched into an O of shock. The congregation falls to its knees, clattering in a clattering wave. Seriously, you've never heard a crowd of people go quiet so loudly. The chairs are kicked out of the way or knocked over. Kneeling down, Cha-Hut's head comes up to your chest. Okay. She and the clown in the hat push down one of your shoulders.
Motherfucker, get down.
You hit the deck. You half expect the blood splatters to seep through your dress, but it just crusts flaky and dry underneath your knees. You, sister. That your alien? Where the hell is that voice coming from? It's deep and gravelly, and probably male.
Oh, hold up. You'd initially thought was... What you'd initially thought was one of Ramel's knockoff paintings hanging behind the altar turns out to be a screen, which has now turned to a gray silhouette with horns. Is everybody here bowing to some dude who literally Skyped into Clown Church and doesn't even have a user pic? Your Excellency, I wouldn't describe him as my alien exactly. A little too pathetic to really put much bother to. There's a murmur of agreement from the surrounding trolls. Dang, tough crowd. A long snort of breath crackles into static. Who are you to say who or what is pathetic? Chahat winces. You are all feckless wrigglers without a bean in your think pans. All of the low bloods in here look absolutely terrified, which is nothing new, but for once they aren't the only ones. Everyone here is afraid, the purple guys included. You, come closer, little heretic. Let me get a gander. Me? Who? What the motherfuck do you mean, sister? The motherfucker I'm jabbing my point stump at. You and Chahat stare a quick nervous glance. Her throat bobs visibly. Sir, I think you got your webcam turned off. Dang, hold up. You hear a lot of rustling and swearing. All of you hang in awkward limbo of an old person struggling with technology. No way! I thought he was dead. Is he not dead, or is this like a fake? What's going on? Anyway, it doesn't matter. The screen flickers, and you can just make out a pair of hulking shoulders. Sir, you've got the light behind you. Never mind the light, motherfucker. You, the hornless one with the rumpus robe. Come closer, child. Oh, you. Of course it's you. Being the main character is exhausting. You move closer to the altar. Although you aren't actually sure where the camera is, this guy is someone. You would be able to tell that even if everyone in here wasn't bowing to him, his voice has a certain quality to it. That's close enough. I'm not trying to look up your sniff nub. My what? My nose, right. Child, you got any notion who I fucking am? No. None, except that he is possibly important. It's always a real good time when important people get interested in your insignificant ass. I decide whose ass is insignificant in this house. You comprehend? Sure. Sir? Excellency? How long have you been rambling amongst my brethren? At least a couple weeks, no more than a month. How many are here with you? Just you, an alien invasion force of one, all wandering the countryside. And still pulling in oxygen? Would have thought someone would have picked their dentition with you by now. Same! You got any muscle definition, Wriggler? You show him the gun show, as in you show him how very empty the weapons locker is. Too weak for the front lines, too ugly to fill a pail with. He laughs, low and lecherous. Although your strut sticks ain't so bad. My legs? You like my legs? Thanks. Oh, did a giant clown just say that you have nice legs over troll FaceTime? You look at Chahat for help, but she's too busy checking out your gams. Chahat, help! Sober you might have been uncomfortable. Fago drunk you is pretty zen about it. You're sure it's only a matter of time before you fucking alien. If it's gotta be a big giant clown, well, so be it. Shooting high, aren't you? Now you just feel silly. You assure this guy that you aren't really after this kind of thing. There's only one thing you really truly long for in this world. And what's that, child? Power, wealth, the right to keep living? Yikes. You realize that everyone in this goddamn church is looking at you waiting for your answer. Chahad looks like she wants to grab your shoulders and shake you. Jeez, no pressure. Friendship, you tell him. He laughs, a long and hearty at that one. You weather it stoically. You, bigger and significantly more attractive motherfucker. Chahad comes to attention. What's your cast name, child? Maynard, Excellency. Maynard, Excellency. If I understand rightly, you're about to undergo the ordeals? Chahad nods. She looks a little seasick. You're not sure what the ordeals are, but everything about them sounds bad, including the name. Maybe get your shit shot with this one right here. They seem to have the strategy for surviving against all reasonable odds and decency. You could probably use a friend like them. He jabs another big finger at you. And Wriggler? Yeah? Don't let me see your face again. Okay. Sorry. The call disconnects and the screen goes blank. When you point yourself towards the front of the church, everyone scrambles to get out of your way. It's like the big clown's attention has conveyed some honorary status on you. Probably nobody will mess with you for, half an hour at least. That's crazy. You aren't really going anywhere, you just need some fresh air before you pass out. Chahut emerges soon. She looks nearly as winded as you feel. You ask her if she's mad at you, since that could potentially be potentially dangerous to both your life and your burgeoning friendship. Mad? Why would I be mad? Because your inexplicably magnetic charm worked on both my best girl and the figurehead of my church? You flush. The real question is, did it work on her? Chahut sighs. What the hell? Old motherfucker told me to listen to whatever it is you can teach. Right, he did! That basically makes two of you friends by theocratic decree. Guess so. So, darling, teach me your ways. Well, first of all, you gotta fall down a lot. Oh, that's so cute. Well, first, you gotta fall down a lot. Yeah, that's my method. Alright, now we gotta go back and do Ejtaha, and then we'll be done for today. Today's gonna be a really nice short stream, just because I feel really awkward doing some of these voices with people in the house. Okay. Maybe we'll do a really nice long stream upcoming, so that I can get more of this out of the way. There we go, Ejtaha! After what feels like way too long, the vehicle slows down and you take the opportunity to tumble out of your slime jail onto the dusty ground, picking yourself up and hurrying away from the station before you can get spotted. A little while later, you're standing at the beginning of a massive canyon, and your awful train ride almost feels worth it. The canyon stretches on endlessly. Miles of yawning chasms and winding ravines at your feet. That's enough to make your mouth hang open in awe. After spending so much time in various grody parts of the city, the sight of pristine natural beauty touches your heart. You feel somehow inspired, like you could belt out an aria or draw a masterpiece if you tried. But before you begin exploring your hidden creative depths, you're distracted by noises coming from not too far away. You're not alone. You know what this means. A chance to get yourself more of that sweet, sweet friendship. After so many successful companionship ventures, you're thirsty for more. You pick up your jaw and go to investigate. The sounds lead you towards a trail along the side of the canyon, which in turn leads you down a roomy platform. to a roomy platform not that much lower than where you started. There's a series of sharp outcrops jutting out of the plateau, and perched atop is a figure dramatically framed against the moonlight. At first, you think he's peering moodily into the distance, but then you realize he's looking through some kind of contraption on his face. I don't know what... Do I give him like a nerdy voice? I don't know what to do. I don't know this character super well, other than the fact that he's the brains behind all the killing that... Oh, what's her name? She's the big muscly one. She was muscular and green. She's in a pair with this guy. She does the bronze, he does the brains. He's got like you know what I mean. Recording coordinates. You look around. There doesn't seem to be anyone else here, so what you heard was this fellow muttering to himself, you guess. I see. He's so wrapped up in whatever it is that he's going to that he's doing that. What? Okay, fuck. He's so wrapped up in whatever it is that he's doing that he hasn't noticed you yet. This guy has got to be hankering after some company, being all by his lonesome out here in the middle of nowhere. You're sure of it. Wave and say hello, climb up and surprise him. He's going to kill me if I surprise him, I guarantee it. Wave and say hello. Sporting your most winning smile, you call out a greeting and give a jaunty wave that gets his attention. Well, 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 wouldn't you look what the pervy's dragged in? I think I chose the right voice. Are you lost? That depends on your definition of lost. You prefer to think of whatever you're doing as taking the scenic route, just like indefinitely. Your new acquaintance, and hopefully soon to be pal, snorts, unimpressed. It would be better if you did that somewhere else. Better for me, I mean, which is the most important issue currently at hand, let's face it. I still have preparations to make, and I'm running out of time. You're kinda cramping my style here. Preparations? For the game, obviously. It's starting any minute now. I feel like this is too close to Chahad, but I'm gonna stick with it because like he's a nerd, but like I don't know, he gives off kind of cool vibes. You have no idea what he's talking about. Seriously? You don't know Jewel Strifers? Wow, you're more of an empty-headed pleb than I thought. That's not a very fair thing to say. Sure, you might have a habit of running headfirst into a stupidly dangerous situation, but there's no reason for him to assume. Your voice is drowned out by the crackling sound. He's levitating down from his perch towards you, sparks of energy stirring the sand into a cloud. After meeting Sarava and Cuprum, you've come to expect psionic powers from trolls with yellow blood by now, but it still kind of takes you aback. You stumble backwards, falling on your ass. The troll is unbothered by your spill, continuing to address you while you're sprawled on the ground. I'll explain. Dual Strifer pits Alternia's best and brightest against each other in a timed event of Jesus Christ, designed to reveal the most skilled among the group. Which would be me, of course. That goes without saying. I hate the way I'm talking right now. He tells you a bunch of other stuff about the game, about game mechanics that, to be honest, goes straight over your head. He's apparently not enough of a rush that he can't stop what he's doing to outline his plans to you, some random passerby. In a fairly detailed manner at that. He seems pleased to have an audience, actually. Wow, this friendship is barely off the ground, and you're already doing great. You get back on your feet and nod along sagely, pretending to understand all he's rambling about. Sorry, my eye. strategy and whatnot. And then you notice a blinking light. It's coming from the screen on it over his eye. Huh? Interesting. My scouter can't retrieve any data on your species at all. He leans forward and looks at you. Really looks at you. Up until this point, he'd been paying more attention to his own voice and whatever readings he's been getting on his device, but now he's fully focused on you. It's actually starting to fluster you a little, actually. That is, until his mouth twists into a smirk, you get a glimpse of a single jagged tooth. You know, it's technically possible to join in teams of 2, but now you're here. Is he saying what you think he might be saying? Excitedly, you clarify whether he's asking you to join the game and as his partner. Huh. Sure, I love teaming up with clueless nerds like you. No. You'd be a nice element of surprise, though. I could use you as a collateral resource. Fodder, a lackey. What do you say? That doesn't sound nearly as flattering, but as an opportunity to help, you've founded so many great friendships on doing whatever favors random strangers have wanted you to do for them already. Why stop now? Yeah, I already know this is gonna go poorly if I agree to this, but I'm gonna be the best lackey ever. The title might not be much, but that doesn't mean you can't excel at it. You tell him you accept his offer. Excellent. By the way, I'm Ajda Neelax. Neelax? I'm going with Neelax. But you must have known that already. You're not sure why you would. Maybe he's some kind of big shot. Come to think of it, the name does ring a bell. You think you've heard it before. When you were... Oh god. When you were in the middle of infiltrating a bandit hideout with a mercenary. Connell! You met my mate Sprint? You must have gotten on her good side, or you wouldn't be standing here talking to me. Because you'd be minced into the ground finer than grub paste. He's grinning like he's really proud and fond about Connell being the sort of girl who'd make mincemeat out of someone as soon as they speak to them. If he wasn't talking about her literally murdering you, you might find this reaction endearing. Hang on. If he already has a partner, why isn't she here? Ajda's expression sours abruptly. My partner isn't here because she didn't make our agreed upon rendezvous time. He says the word partner in an overdone, exasperated huff, as if he thinks she might be listening from behind a boulder somewhere and he can somehow shame her into appearing. You remember that Polypa said something about mercenary duos often being quadranted pairs, i.e. romantically involved. Did his girlfriend stand him up? Yikes. Maybe it's better that you haven't been prompted to partner status if it meant getting involved in another couple's spat. You've had quite enough of that already. You hope they aren't fighting. Ajda glares at you. The exact nature of our quadrant is none of your business, frankly. Now come on. We're wasting time. Shit. Give me a sec. Let me stretch. My back hurts. Ouch. He steps off the edge of the plateau, descending into a crackle of energy and floating you into the canyon along with him. It's a terrifying ride, but the view it affords is pretty amazing. Soon, you reach the bottom. We should keep going. There's someone else in this valley. We'll get the drop on them if we move fast. He grins confidently, his coat flapping behind him. There isn't any wind down here. Though, is he flapping his own coat with his psionics for dramatic effect? First blood to Neelax. What? You blink tentatively. You replate blood? Yes, blood. He says it in the same way he enunciated the name of his competition earlier, like it should have been painfully obvious. Like I told you, our aim is to take out our opposition, swiftly and painfully. To win, we have to be the last team standing in this entire canyon. Weren't you listening when I explained earlier? God damn it! You'd been proceeding under the assumption that this was some kind of elaborate competitive LARP, like solve some puzzles, get out of the giant canyon before the other guy type of deal. Perhaps arm wrestle your competitors into submission if you run into them, but no, this game involves actual violence. You probably shouldn't be surprised. You've been on Alternia long enough to discern that, boy, trolls sure do love killing. You've made friends with plenty of trolls who have less bloodthirsty hobbies, though. You ask him whether he's ever considered getting into excessive bodily force poetry or streaming sick beats. Please, you're kidding, right? Now's no time for joking around. Don't tell me you're already getting frosty strut pods. I can work with someone, can't work with someone with such a flimsy sense of conviction. You reassure him that no, of course not. Your strut pods are toasty as all heck, but he's no longer paying attention to you. His scouter glints. There. He flashes past you before you can blink, riding the waves of his sigh to a collection of rocks sitting behind you. Target acquired. Nice try thinking you could outsmart me by laying wait and launching an ambush. Cowardly move. And sloppy. Very sloppy. Now, prepare to get owned. Resistance is foodie. Oh, fuck. He was saying futile. I was like, what the fuck is foodie? I'm dumb. Abruptly, Fyzhes freezes. You hesitate, unsure as to what sort of threat you're dealing with here. But then a troll girl with cerulean blue symbol on her shirt pops up from behind the rocks. She giggles menacingly, making Fyzhes turn towards you. His expression is blank. His nifty brain power is now under your competitor's control. To echo Fyzhes' sentiment, fuck. You need to do something fast. You have the harebrained thought that maybe you could just grab Fyzhes and physically wrestle him for control. God, sorry, that was weird. You launch yourself towards them in a mad dash, attempting to call out a chilling battle cry, but it comes out as more of a pathetic broken yell. Ooh, that's not good. The girl laughs again. Fyzhes' eyes flash brighter than you'd seen so far, almost blinding. Oh, hell. Those are straight up eye lasers, aren't they? And they're really powerful. Holy shit. You've met some strong trolls, but this kind of power is something else. If Fyzhes were a character in a video game, and you were to assign him a quantifiable number to measure his power, no. Some kind of level, perhaps. That number would be... Yes, it would be very high. Well, it'd be very high, is all you're saying. Oh, okay. I was so worried that there was a very specific reference that was going to be made. Fyzhes' lasers shoot out at a point above you, scoring a deep gash in the rock, sending rubble toppling downwards. You reach out, grabbing at Fyzhes' coat. You have to get out of here. The girl doesn't stop you, merely leaping out of the way of a certain doom that's hurtling rapidly towards you. You think you see something out of the corner of your eye. Some last-ditch... Oh, God. Some last-ditch hope at not getting squashed as flat as a grub cake. You race towards it. A cave. Your first thought when you open your eyes is that death has finally come to tenderly cradle you in its sweet, loving embrace. But you quickly realize you're in a cave, not in the afterlife. And that the reason that you can see anything right now is because the area around you is brightened by a light coming from Fyzhes' scouter. Okay. Through sheer dumb luck, you must have run towards the single safest spot in the entire ravine. This is a hole in the ground. It's as if this hole was sitting here, carved out of the rock, waiting to be your escape route. You might even say this hole was made for you. Fuck! You wince, covering your ears. Could he keep it down, maybe? Your nerves are a little shot from almost dying for the umpteenth time this week. No, I will not keep it down! Curses! I can't believe this! Who does that blue blood think she is? Does she realize who she just messed with? Wow, he looks really mad. Instinctively, you reach out to execute that slow face pat that trolls seem to find so soothing, but he slaps your hand away. What do you think you're doing? I already told you, I have a moirail! No, did he? Yeah, I thought Connell was his mate spread. You stammer out an apology, and it seemed like the right thing to do. Plus, you thought Connell was his mate spread. He seems to realize what he just said. A hint of yellow touches his cheeks, just barely visible in the light. That's what I said! I already have a mate spread. And I'm pretty sure you heard him right the first time. And you're also pretty sure that those are two different sorts of relationships. But you let the subject drop. No need to rile up your new friend more than he already is. Your shush pap might have been rejected, but the attempt seems to have snapped him out of whatever pissed off funk he got himself into. Let's get out of here. He follows the path out of the cave. He can't just blast you both out. Don't be stupid. If I did that, it would cause the cave to... Why do I click before reading? Cause the cave to cave in. I think that's what he said. I don't know. Are you that eager to get crushed? Good point. You're acting just like Connell. So ready to rush in without a game plan. If he means this as an insult, its effect is kind of lost. It sounds more like wistful than irritated. You walk in silence for a while. You realize as you make your way further into the cave, you realize that the walls aren't blank like you previously thought, but covered in complicated carvings. Cave troll art, you wonder. I know what you're thinking. That life as a prince amongst trolls must be an enviable one. You snap to attention. Yes, of course. You were definitely thinking about him and his life story just then. I don't expect someone like you to understand. You're obviously a completely average person who will live out their life in perfect mediocrity. I don't think I'm average, but thank you. But not me. You don't know what it's like to be born so gifted. Completely average. That's all right. That's you, all right. You try your best to be sympathetic. Having rad powers must make things really hard. What? No way, it's fucking awesome. But as you've clearly seen, it can attract unwanted attention from pathetic individuals who aren't nearly as talented as themselves. What? Who are desperate to have some unbeatable psionics in their corner. To be honest, the Empire is no different, and it's not like the rebels are much better. Connell and I don't really care one way or the other. We're just here to off chumps and get money. We look out for ourselves first and foremost. But eventually, we'll be sent off planet to do the bidding of the Empress, just like everyone else. Okay, you can see why having no say in the matter kind of sucks, but isn't there opportunity to do cool shit in space too? Ajdaha's face draws in a wry expression. Yeah, with someone else calling all the shots. You keep walking. After what feels like hours, his scouter flashes again. We're here. Oh shit. He lets the wall have it with his eye lasers. With a resounding roar, it crumbles away aside from the spot he destroyed. The rest of the cave is intact. Moonlight spills into the space through the impromptu exit. It's over. We were stuck down there for so long that the game has ended. Meaning, your heart sinks with disaster. He's definitely not going to want to be your friend after losing this competition he's been so invested in. We're the last team standing, which makes us the winners. I knew it. That blue-blood loser might have had a stroke of good luck, but she was no match for someone of my station. My victory was a foregone conclusion from the start. Bringing you along was an excellent idea. Your recklessness really came in handy back there. He's thanking you, you realize, or something close to it. Modestly, you assure him that it was no problem. A prince knows when to give credit where credit is due. Celebration is in order, I think. Once we collect our prize. What's the prize? Fuck yes. Dual Strifers offers an impressive cash reward to whoever wins. You'll get a cut as well, of course. Whoa, money! This is the first time you've ever laid your hands on the stuff since you crash landed. Maybe you'll be able to finally purchase a warm meal or clothing that isn't from somebody else's closet. More important than money, though, is that you've proven you aren't a complete fuck up. You've earned Ajtaha's trust and also his friendship. Victory! We get money. We've done it, guys. Alright. And with that, I'm done for the day. My throat hurts from doing all those voices. Ah. Okay. Don't die, it's illegal. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. I guess that's all for today. So, don't die, it's illegal. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Eat a lot, drink a lot, sleep a lot. I'm gonna go draw, I think. Bye. Stay gold, as Toy says. Stay gold.